to do that, we need more money to hire more resources.
Yes, so the program first, the actual Proposition 1 is designed to sustain what we currently have. Right now we're limited by the tax structure in Washington State to only receive 1%, a 1% increase in revenue. And that limitation, when you think about the price of fuel going up, the cost of wages, healthcare benefits, there's no way that we can sustain at a 1% level. So we need to have an infusion to address that, and then secondly, to hire additional people to staff these, the 2 low acuity units, and of course the individual that we'll utilize in our CARES program.
So in short, growth. Central Pierce County is growing, you have to keep up.
Yes,
and
so
at the current rate, that's not manageable. That's why we're here.
Yeah, so growth is coming strongly to Pierce County. We know that the current proposed plans for growth within Pierce County are, they're showing a large influx of people, and of course that's going to come over the next 20 years. This initiative is really about us sustaining in an increment of time, 3 to 6 years, and to allow us to meet the current demands, because we won't even be able to meet the current demand if we don't pass this proposition. We will have to reduce our service levels.
Now, is part of this levy to combat with the current environment climate? We have 49 of the last 50 wildfires since March west of the Cascades. Are you guys thinking, you know, with the way the climate's going and the fires becoming more and more in Washington, is that also part of this levy?
So this levy is about increased in call volume, definitely, and the ability to keep units available, whether it be a wildland or a wildfire, or whether it be an emergency medical call. There's no doubt that our fire activity has increased. The dryness of our summers over the last 5 years, in particular since about 2015, have shown us an increased activity level that creates risk. It would be very unfortunate for one of our units, our fire engines, to be on a low acuity medical call in the middle of the day, have a wildfire breakout, and it take us 4 to 6 minutes longer to get there because fires grow exponentially. So it's really to address the response system as a whole. Certainly wildfires are a part of that response need.
Okay. Anything you want to add? I think you really hit it.
I think anything else? Do we?
Those are my 2 main things, growth in Central Pierce and wildfire activity causing a reaction.
Could I address the concept that this will reduce the amount of medical calls that fire engines will be going on? That's always something that's of interest to our community. Because fire engines are so expensive and putting miles on them is hard. So if we could, if you had a question like that.
That's what we're trying to do, is reduce the mileage.
Sure.
Keeping a medic unit and a fire engine in service for the true emergencies is the key to this.
So if we could maybe just plug that in, I'll go into a little narrative, plug it into, post the CARES program, right?
Yeah.
So all of these new initiatives that we're bringing forward, in particular the 2 low acuity assets that we want to put into our response system, is also designed to reduce the amount of times that a fire engine or a fire truck, a truck being the one with a big ladder on it, from going to these types of calls, having those large units that are very expensive responding to those kinds of calls that can be handled by a smaller unit, smaller numbers of people, is cost efficient for the taxpayer. We just purchased 8 fire engines, and they are expensive, and reducing their miles and reducing the hours that are put onto those units for low acuity calls just makes business sense to us.
I mean,